purpose it can be used, for what purpose it cannot be used. So today we are discussing about the project that we are going to create in this workshop. So let me. So hi everyone, thanks all for joining the day 2 of the session. So as you all know that we will be preparing up the projects, and this is the second demo class for the Azure Data Factory. So here we'll be discussing about the data lake details, how we are going to create these resources. And then we'll be also creating a data warehouses. The solution we are building will be limited to reporting the data from different countries. Next will be the data sources we'll be importing. Then there will be a solution architect preview, and all these training will be complete hands-on. So I will be providing you all the resources and of the notes, the decks, and the other scripts that will be required to complete the project. So the key factors to consider will be so now when you log in into this one, you can see three different, this is from my account from which I am logged in. So when you click on this sign in, the portal.azure.com, use your details of Azure account that you created, and then this is going to be our home page. And top left menu, this is our top left menu where from where we can launch our resources. We have home dashboard, all kind of services. Option to create a resources, go to home dashboards and all the services. Favorite services will also appear here. So you can see favorite services are coming here. Then popular services, all of them will be coming into this part, like the middle part of the website. So here you can see different kind of thing like Azure Monitor, Defender, and resource group subscription and all those things. Whatever you will create recently, it will show up here. So just now I created this Azure Data Factory and one of the resource groups, so it is coming over here. When you go towards this one search bar, so as right now we have limited number of resources, like 5-6 resources, but when we are working in a real project there are hundreds of resources, so we need to search them. So if someone wants to search their data factory or their Zen2 storage, they can directly search it from this tool. Then we also have a cloud shell. So if you click on this, so it offers two options. Either you can use bash shell or the PowerShell. So select bash or PowerShell as required for your project. So when we'll be writing some of the HD inside transformations, we might have to use the shell kind of commands from this part. So this option is used to do the shell, Azure Cloud Shell. Then notifications will come into this section, all the notifications. So just now I deployed the data factory, so it is giving us a message deployment succeeded, and this is a free account. So here you can see 16,700 credits remaining, and it is provided for 12 months. Then we have different kind of settings to change the appearances and all those things, whatever you want to do, language, reason, and the other things. If you want to keep it into the dark mode or other things, you can do it from the settings section. Then it also helps the help section. And this is to provide the feedback. So this is basically the starting UI of when we will be logging into the portal. The first page that we are going to land it will be this page. Now for today's session, the first resource that we have to create is Azure free account. So I request all of you to practice this. This is very simple step, and once you will start doing it, it will give you kind of a confidence that how we can quickly do it. Then the next option, this is you can do the sign in, create Azure free account. Students, you cannot type. Students is also free, but it will go to your college email ID. Now the next step is creating Azure Data Factory. So this is our first step to create a resource. We'll be creating an Azure Data Factory. So how we have to do it? We have to go towards the top left menu and create a resource. So whenever we have to create some resource, we have to go to this one. Then we have to click on create a resource. As soon as we'll hit on create a resource, it will show all the resources, whatever these are available. You can see it here. So we have function apps, which are known as Azure functions. We have Azure SQL databases. We have VMs, virtual machine, which we just talk about. Then we have Red Hat Enterprises, Linux, MongoDB, Defender for endpoint backups, and all those things. So for this one, we want to create a data factory. So what we will do is we'll click on create data factory, and this form is going to get open. So now we have to fill in this form. So for this project, we will be using the free trial. So the other two options which you are seeing over here is the JCI deployed subscription. So we'll not be using these subscription. We'll use our subscription, which is our free trial account. Resource group, basically whatever resources we are creating for this project, those all will be coming under COVID reporting project. So we will give a specific name to this resource group, and then we will pin it. So that all the resources will come to our dashboard, so that we will not get confused, because in Azure UI there are multiple things. So I will show you how to do that. So but basically it is kind of a binding things, or you can say that a tag or a markup that you are giving, like for all my COVID reporting project, all my resources will come under this group. So I have created this group here. You can see COVID-reporting-RG. RG means resource group, and this is the naming convention. When we are working in Azure, everything should be in the smaller letter separated by hyphen. Then instance detail. This is very important. You have to give the name of the instance that you are creating. So it will be like COVID reporting factory, or the name that you want to give. So for our project, I have already given this name. So, and it should be unique. So make sure that everyone is giving a unique name over here for the data factory creation. So you can use like your global ID, and then DF for data factory. Then you have to select your region. So you can select whatever region is close to us. So we will select East US, and then version will be V2. Earlier there were V1, but now they have depreciated that. So anyways, this is default, will come to the V2. So the option that is most important is the resource group. This name you have to give COVID reporting RG to bind all your resources, and this name should be unique for each one of us. So we will give this global ID in between. Now going to the next step. So next it will ask for configure Git. So if we want to push all our resources to the Git repository, then we have to unselect this option and provide those Git details. But for this project, we are not providing any kind of a Git detail. We'll select this option. And then similarly, the next option will be for networking. So we will be keep it public endpoint. All things will be on the default state. And then for advanced also will not select enable encryption using customer. So for every option they have already provided like what this option means. So when you are going through this, just read out once to understand like what this option means. And we can again enable them once this option has been deployed. This data factory has been deployed. We can check and reset these options. So let's say we forgot to enable the encryption right now, and we later we want to encrypt our data, then we can enable them from the data factory studio tab. Then going to the next one is the tags option. As of now, we'll not providing any tags. And then finally, it will ask for review plus create. So it will show you everything. It will validate your names and everything. And then once you will click on create, it will start deploying the resources. So I have already deployed it, so I will not redeploy it again. So now if we want to look into that, so here you can see this is our COVID reporting Azure Data Factory that I have just launched. Okay, and the other thing that we can do is we can mark everything inside our dashboard. So for that, we can click on the pin blade to dashboard, and it will ask us to create your new dashboard over here. So we can say that if you want to share it with your team, then click on this option. Otherwise, it should be a private dashboard, or you can say that create new. For me, I'm saying create new dashboard, and the name of this dashboard will be COVID reporting project. Create and pin, I will select. So pinned COVID reporting to dashboard. So now if we want to access this dashboard, how we can do is go click over here, click on this dashboard. And here you can see all your resources will be now available inside your dashboard. So this is our first COVID reporting dashboard. And when we click on this, we will come inside our COVID reporting dashboard. So now you can see, you can change the access control IAM or the activity log or the tags, which these options are also coming when we are on the deployment UI page or those consoles. So these options you can change it after your. If you have any problem, then you can diagnose it. Then it has settings tab, networking, manage identity properties, and all those things. So for now, we want to, this is the factory that we have deployed is Azure Data Factory, and currently they have renamed it to Azure Data Factory Studio. So we have to launch this studio. Once we launch it, a new tab will start open up in the Edge browser. So this is basically our Azure Data Factory, where we will be doing all our activity of ingestion of the data, or we will monitor the data when we build our pipelines and all those things. Our data sets, this is our data flow transformation, Power Query, everything, whatever is related to our ETL scope of the project, that we will be doing inside our Data Factory. We'll discuss more on this in the next session. So this is the first resource that we build and deployed. Similar on the similar grounds, you can create a next resource. So let me show you, like I want to create one more resource that is going to be our Azure storage account. So I will click on store, click button, this one. So my next option will be to create a resource. And then I want to create a storage account. So this is the storage account that I want to create. I will click on create a storage account. And see, subscription, there are two different pay as you go, or this one and this, the other one. These two are already deployed by JCI, so we'll not use, we'll use our free trial. Resource group, as I mentioned, we are binding all our resources into COVID reporting resource group. So it will come inside this. Now we have to provide the storage account name. So this is again very important thing, like all the names should be unique. So let's say you give it name like this, COVID, and it is showing us like the field can contain only lowercase letters and number must be between 3 to 24. And this is our storage account, so it will be SA. So now you can see it is not accepting. The field can only contain lowercase, name must be between this, and this has already been utilized. So I have to pass my global ID. And the length of this should be in 24 characters. So I think we have to check on the name. Other than that, it should give. I don't know why it is not taking. And then these will be the next option will be reason we will choose UK East US. Primary services will be this we will choose a standard. This is going to be locally LRS. This we will not choose anything because this is not mandatory. So we'll not select this option. Redundancy we will choose local redundance LRS. This means that it is going to be stored on the normal drives, not on the SSD. So when it is storing anything on SSD, then it is using this one, geo redundant storage, zone redundant storage. So all the descriptions are provided here. Then we'll click on next advanced. All the other settings will be on the default settings. You have to click next on networking, data protection, encryptions, and tags. And then last, it will review. It will validate everything. If everything looks good, this error message will not come. And then you have to click create. And after once you click create, the deployment process will start. And once that has been deployed, you will go back to your home page. So this page you will automatically come, and then you have to click on that resource and click on pin to your dashboard, and then finally it will come inside your dashboard. So we can I will do some research why the name is not coming. You can also check on that part. So two resources we are trying to deploy today. One is creating an Azure Data Factory, and the next resource is creating Azure storage account. Okay, any questions from anyone? Okay. So I will share these decks and the other resource material. You can create your free trial accounts and do some practice on this. Like we'll be working with the structured, semi-structured, and the unstructured data. So as you can see that will be this each session will be of 1 hour, where we'll be try to cover all those things. So in the today's session, we are covering up data lake, data warehouse, then data sources, then Azure database, then Cosmos DB data lake. We'll go through them, then storage solutions. So and then we'll create a free Azure trial account. After that, we'll deploy creating Azure Data Factory and then Azure Storage account. So I will request all of you if you want to join the session, because we have 3 demo classes. So this is the second demo class for the Azure Databricks workshop, and all these sessions are fully kind of a hands-on training from my real-time exposure, what I'm working into the different organizations, and how real-time things are working in the offices, like how we are ingesting the data, we are solving the real-time problem with the character sets and the other things. We'll be discussing all those topics in detail. So please join. I'll be providing you the number to contact with our coordinator in the description part of the video. So thank you all. Keep listening to the sessions, keep joining, keep learning. Thank you all, and subscribe to our channel.